Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to take a look at some orc tattoos which are coming to the game in Shadowlands presumably. They're actually pretty early right now, so yeah, just alpha is alpha. These things are early, but it looks really cool nonetheless. But before we get into all of that, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to check me out streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. And that's a joke, by the way. I don't know, people keep writing comments like thinking I'm serious. It's just a stupid way of promoting the Twitch, whatever. Anyway, so with the first build of the alpha, there was some tattoos data mined for dwarves and trolls and orcs, which I thought was pretty interesting actually. We weren't told about orc tattoos at BlizzCon, that wasn't something they mentioned ever. So this one is a little strange. I'm not 100% sure whether or not this will actually be available to players, but nonetheless, these fit on the orc and they look pretty cool, and I kind of hope that they do bring them in, but they are pretty early, so I will obviously mention that as and when the ones that are super early, you're like, look at it, you're like, whoa, that looks kind of terrible, but that's only because of alpha. Anyway, there's a few to go through. There's 3 designs for the male and 3 designs for the female in 4 different colors. So let's just jump straight in with the male, and our first one, which is this one, as I said, does come in a couple of colors. You have white, which looks pretty darn cool on the green skin there. You have kind of a grey blue, I guess, which also looks pretty cool. You've got really bright yellow, which doesn't look that great on this specific skin color, but on some of the other skin colors it does actually come out a lot better for sure. And we have red, which is awesome, you know, like kind of blood paint, like just looks really super mean. But this one is one of the ones which I think is pretty early. There's not really a lot of like distinction between the lines. It's actually quite solid lines, and yeah, it's there. But I think it looks cool. I think it's actually a really cool design. The fact that we might be getting war paint on orcs is actually really awesome to think about. So let's just jump into the next one, which is this one right here. A lot more coverage on this one on the thighs and the back there, going right across. Very similar designs to what we've seen on the Mag'har. Obviously the Mag'har getting their paint kind of hard-coded into their skin color, where this is a bit more of a choice that you can have on top of your skin color. That's not to say the Mag'har might not get something in the future, but that's how it is right now. As I said, comes in different colors. I think the red one on this one looks super mean, with that contrast of the green skin just looking absolutely phenomenal there. Just a super mean thing, and with the new transmog rules, like things like tattoos and bits and pieces like that will look super great. And you could really look like kind of like an orc blade master or something like that with this. It just looks so cool. So the next one is this one. A little bit more coverage. This is actually the last one on the male. This is actually my favorite as well. A lot of coverage on the head there, a lot of coverage on the arms and the thighs and the chest and the back. Massive amount of coverage of this war paint there, and I think it looks really good in all of the colors. And as I said, with the yellow, it's so much better with like the different skin tones, like this one here. Like this is such a great look overall for the orcs here. And in red, once again, being my favorite on these orcs, I think just looks really good in all of the skin tones that we have available for the orcs. And yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of it. As I said, super early, alpha is alpha. There's probably going to be some more like detail done to this, I would imagine, but this is what they look like on the male right now. So let's move on and take a look at the female orcs. So let's take a look at the first one here, and that is this one. A lot of coverage on the face, a lot of coverage on the arms and back, but nothing on the legs, unfortunately, but a really good look. Comes in the exact same color palette as the males as well. That red one looking super great, and you'll notice on the females, it's actually kind of faded on some of the red, and my theory on that is that it's I think it needs to be like a bit more transparent. I think it's meant to look like blood. I think the way that I probably showed it on this model is probably not 100% correct to how it's meant to be, but you get a basic idea of what this is going to look like. The next one is this one. Super cool. I love this. It's kind of like a wrestler. You've got the line across the eye, another line next to that. You've got coverage across the forearms and the shoulders there, and on the thighs, all the way round to the back of the orc female. And once again, just like the males, looks really cool in the different varieties of skin color. Specifically, this combination is one of my favorites that I keep going back to, but I think that's just such a great look. And as you see with the red one here, you can kind of see, if you look a bit closely, like the red kind of has this kind of white tinge around it, which is where I think it should be kind of a little bit more faded and look a bit better. And the final one for the female is this one, and this has a ton of coverage right across the board. You have that massive amount on the face, massive amount on the arms, massive amount on the legs. It is great, and it comes in 4 colors once again. The red one being super cool, and yeah, a little bit early, but nonetheless a great look, kind of being splattered in like the enemy's blood. You know, that's the kind of look you're going for in the red one there. I think that's super awesome. phenomenal look. I really hope these are for player characters because it's going to be so cool to see the kind of like Blade Master and Orc Warrior kind of transmog that you can utilize with this body paint. Okay, so that's all the ones that I found in the game files. So the folks over at WoW did actually find a couple more which look more like realistic and more, you know, probably for player characters. They look like this. I think they're so cool. Some of them are actually pretty similar to the ones that I found, but slightly more faded and a bit more detailed. I'm not sure if they're the same and they just applied them differently. I don't know what they do. Nonetheless, they look so good, and maybe that's a little bit of a hint to what the final product might look like for the tattoos. But if you want to check out that full article, I will leave a link in the description below this video. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is a small preview of the orc tattoos which have been found in the game files. As I said, not 100% confirmed whether or not these will actually be for player characters. We'll find out in a couple of weeks when they do actually put this into the alpha fully, but nonetheless, I think it's a great look, and I really do hope that some of these do end up in the hands of players, because why the hell not? More options, the better, for sure. So before I go, guys, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my mates and patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM, checking out everything on the alpha, currently leveling through Battle for Azeroth on the alpha with the new scaling, so it's super fun. So if you want to check me out doing that and more, twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.